This show's called Drewz Viewz. I'm doing Car Tuesday with Steven Universe, so check it out, okay? Now people love the verse, like, subscribe even. Now let's sit back and watch me watch it. Steven! Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back for a little Car Tuesday, reacting to cartoons on Tuesday. An auspicious day indeed. I've come to the end, the current end at least, of my time with what I call the verse, Steven Universe. It's season 5, finale episode, Change Your Mind. Now, I've already reacted to it, already seen the episode. I'm caught up with you all. I live streamed my reaction to it the other day on Saturday. Thank you to everyone who participated in that live stream. It was a lot of fun for me. Watched the whole episode, took a lot of questions and things like that, talked for quite a while on that one, before and after. So that's up right now on my channel there. You can watch it back. When I was doing the live reaction, I didn't, I told people they would have to queue it up. So I believe some people did that to watch along. I didn't react with the video playing. I was obviously watching it, but if you go back and watch that now, which you might want to do, it's not going to show the video. So I'm going to do something a little different for this one. Obviously, it was a long episode, 45 minutes. When I was doing the live react, I stopped at 2 different points. So what I'm going to do now is I'm still going to put the reaction part up on Daily Motion like I normally do. The first part of it is up there now, the link's below, and it's going to be the full reaction. So normally I chop it up a little bit. This is the full reaction, part 1, the longest part for today. And what I'm going to do right now is actually watch back that first part, so I can talk about it. So if you want to see the whole thing right now, and also I should say, so I'm going to do part 1 today, part 2 tomorrow, and part 3 the next day. That's my plan at least. So roll it out over 3 days, watch each part again, so I can write some notes down and have a little more stuff to talk about. It can be hard to watch something the first time. A lot of times I pick stuff up on the second viewing, which normally is when I edit a video together. I kind of can watch it a little bit again. Now I'm going to literally watch it again though, one part at a time. But if you don't want to wait for the whole thing again, you can see my reaction all the way up on YouTube now. The Daily Motion ones just has it, with the inset of the actual show, the episode in there, and the lighting's a lot better on that one. It was a little dark on my live stream, but yeah, so again, if you don't want to wait for that, you can watch it back, the whole thing now on the channel there. Otherwise, right now, I'm going to watch back the first part of the episode, Change Your Mind. You can click the link again below and watch my live reaction to it, live at the time, and then I'll talk about the first part in just a minute. Okay, so watching that first part back, which was from the beginning to when the boot comes down, the foot comes down of Pink's ship on everyone. That's the first part, about 20-ish minutes of the episode. And watching it back a second time, I definitely picked up more stuff than I was able to the first time. I mean, I'm talking over on a reaction, so I talk over some stuff. Also on this one, there's people on the live stream. I was kind of keeping a little side eye on some of their comments from time to time, so can be distracting. This time, though, I wrote some notes down. So it starts with the pink diamond, or flashback / memory kind of thing. Kind of like in the other episode where Steven was having the dream and the hair was coming out, which I guess someone pointed out to me was supposed to symbolize Rose's hair. The same thing happened. This time Blue Diamond comes in. I wrote down the quote. She said something about organics from the Kiani colony, so I guess that was that rainbow caterpillar thing. So it was a kind of a flashback / memory of how Pink Diamond used to be treated in a similar fashion to how they're treating Steven now. And Blue Diamond said, she's going to take away your pearl, I kind of commented on that the first go around when I reacted to it, but I didn't really. Now, having seen the full episode, obviously I know that the Princess Leia type looking Pearl was originally Pink's Pearl. We saw her in the other flashback as well, or dream, or whatever it is. So evidently that is what happened. White Diamond did take away the Pearl, and a little bit more on her in a minute later into the episode. That had me thinking though, where did our Pearl just get assigned to Pink Diamond when she went to colonize Earth, and was that the first time they were introduced? I'm not sure if that's ever been made clear. But anyway, then we have the real scene of Blue coming in real time. It's deja vu, all that. And this is where they confront her a little bit, and Connie compares her parents' former treatment of her to kind of the Diamonds to Pink / Steven, although clearly it's much more abusive in the Diamonds part. If you are looking at it as a family, this episode, the show in general, but especially this episode, a lot of themes with family. And that comes out a little bit right now when they kind of get Blue on their side. And later when they get Yellow on the side too, comparing how it's like a family. And they first appeal to Blue by making her understand like Pink didn't like being treated like this, and Steven says, you know, she might have thought getting punished like this, which is, yeah, again, is like kind of analogous to like child abuse or whatever, locking someone in their room. She thought that's how things just were, but now being part of the Earth family, the Crystal Gem / Greg and everything, he realizes that that's not the way that families should treat each other. So Blue Diamond, they kind of get to her by, you know, appealing to that sense of like how you should be treated. And then they get to Yellow then after a little skirmish between Blue and Yellow by pointing out the kind of hypocrisies to her. So I wrote down, Yellow says, "You'd hurt a fellow Diamond," and Blue says, "Isn't that what we've been doing to Pink?" So points out that hypocrisy. And then Steven points it out about Homeworld, like saying, "Does this look perfect to you?" And she says everything has to be perfect. And then she cries like, "Oh, Blue, are you doing this to me?" No, it's really real tears, I guess. Diamonds can cry other than being forced by Blue. So that's kind of how they appealed to her in somewhat similar fashion. But the whole thing about, and even getting to the end with White, I guess, I'm only talking about this first part of the episode right now in this video, but the whole thing getting them to change their mind, it is a little easy. Like, the cynical part of me is like, it's been thousands of years, would this really be what changes it? Even coming from Pink, one of the closest theoretical people, you know, gems to them, felt the fourth part of their family. It did still seem a little easy, but again, it is a TV show, and you know, it did seem like they were gonna wrap. They're thinking maybe they had to wrap this part of the story line up at least. When I kind of mentioned at the end of my live reaction, some of this stuff I'm saying now, I'm thinking maybe they could have dragged it out more. I might get more into that in the next, or the third part recap. But anyway, I do, even though I'm a little cynical about it, I do understand why they are doing this. And so, at least in this part of the episode, Blue and Yellow are on board, and then we see how the 4 parts of the ship form. The body, very obvious in hindsight. I didn't really think about it, I guess, or I don't think I mentioned it ever, or it came to that conclusion before when I saw the 2 arms, the legs, and then obviously White with the head and torso. But anyway, Blue and Yellow arms come back down. Well, first, I guess, we see that White Diamond's Pearl comes in, formerly Pink's, but now we know, having seen the whole episode, that it's really just White Diamond herself controlling, and that's why the Pearl used to be pink colored, but now it's white, like her. And then we see she does this to Blue and Yellow a little bit later in this part, and then later on in the rest of the episode. So that's why she didn't need to physically attend the ball. She really was there, like, through the Pearl. Now, I was wondering this, rewatching this, I was kind of thinking, do Blue and Yellow Diamond know about this power of White's at this point? Is that why they're even more scared of her? Because she can basically take over their mind, essentially control them. Pretty messed up thing to do. Or did they not know about this, and this is the first time they didn't realize that she was controlling the Pearl and all that? I don't know. I guess I'd be a little skeptical to think they didn't know at all, but yeah. It is a little bit of an open question for me. So anyway, Blue and Yellow arms come down. driven by our other three friends, the new crystal gems, some of the new crystal gems, plus bismuth. I guess they're evidently fixed off screen, the ships. We see how Lapis and P.Dot have reformed. Lapis is a bit of an Egyptian look going, I would say, where P.Dot has, like, with their glasses and stuff, it's kind of like a futuristic look of, like, I think what people in, like, the 50s thought a futuristic look was kind of, that's the kind of the vibe I was getting from that. And I still love her trash can lid surfing. That's pretty cool, and that's another good way to tie everything together with her storyline a little bit. And then Connie ties her storyline a little bit even more and talking about her mom again, how things used to be. Also, I wrote this quote down from Yellow Diamond. In order to fix it, we'd have to admit that it's broken. I thought that was a really good quote. That's when Connie says, yeah, like, things with my mom used to be bad, but then we talked about it, blah, blah, blah. We had to admit something wasn't working. And then this part basically wraps up with Steven unveiling some new fusions. One previously seen Smokey quartz with him and Amethyst, and we see that he can add to his list of abilities being able to fuse with poof to gems, so he's OP as usual. Then we see a new fusion, which is him and Pearl. He mirrors her kind of ballet dancing to form Rainbow 2.0, a rainbow quartz. They umbrella down, so that fusion has the umbrella. I guess, Smokey, of course, has the yo-yo. Then we see him form Sunstone with the Garnet just before getting the boot. So in this part, we don't see the Sunstone action just yet. I was comparing it on my live reaction, its look to, or her look, I guess, to some type of, like, mascot for, like, Sunny Delight or some soft drink or something, but we'll see what more action Sunstone gets up to tomorrow. And tomorrow's part 2, I think, is only about 10 minutes or so, 10, 12 minutes, and then part 3 will be the rest from there. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Again, like I said, you can see the whole thing in a different fashion up on the channel still from when I did the live reaction the other day. But I enjoyed going back here, like, and kind of breaking this down a little bit more, picking up more stuff, pulling out some of these good quotes and things like that. Like I said, family and the dynamic was a strong theme here. And of course, seeing all the new fusions and everyone back together to get into their big battle, which is going to happen next part. That's pretty cool. So join me back tomorrow when I talk about part 2, like I said. And until then, I'm up out of here. Peace.